Good morning from Mount Rainier National Park. This is Steve with my hiking buddy Gino.
Morning.
And Chris.
Good morning.
And today we're on the shores of the very calm Lake Eleanor. If we're here, you know where we're going. We're headed up to Grand Park, but a little bit of an interesting morning. It smells like smoke and it's very hazy. So we're going to see if we have views up there at the Meadow at Grand Park. Got to the trailhead at about 6 o'clock, couple cars there, but interestingly, there's no one camped here at the camp at Lake Eleanor. So we'll see if they're out ahead of us on the trail or maybe went someplace else to camp or hike. So anyway, Steve's favorite hike, and hopefully we got some views. We'll check in down the road. Thanks for hiking with us. This is Steve checking in. We've reached the northernmost part of Grand Park. I'm actually looking to the north. I'll swing around. The trail goes this way. And way off over there, let's see if I can zoom in on it. That's the lookout tower on the top of Mount Fremont that you can access from sunrise. So, a little hazy. I could see Mount Rainier through the trees, so we are going to have some views. Not the crystal blue skies we've become accustomed to on this hike, but it's going to be interesting. I was thinking on the way up on this climb up to Grand Park that all the photos I have of Grand Park on my trips up here, it was sunny and blue skies, and I was kind of bummed out, but then I thought, well, wait a second, I've got a ton of pictures like that. This will be interesting to see the haze-filled skies, what Rainier looks like with the haze. And the sun came up earlier when we were climbing, and boy, it's real orange with all the particle smoke in the air. So breathing is okay. No smoke smell here. When we got out of the car, it smelled like we were at a campfire. So haven't seen anybody. Like I said, there were 2 cars in the parking lot. One unfortunately had a flat tire, and we were hoping to run into somebody and let them know, but haven't seen anybody yet. So anyway, we're going to head into Grand Park proper, and we'll film along the way. Little haze in front of Mount Rainier as we've reached the meadows. We're going this way. We head over to that hill in the distance, and then we start making a gradual left turn into the big meadow. Okay, we'll check in a while. Well, unfortunately, it's a hazy morning with the wildfire smoke. But we can still see Mount Rainier. Hopefully this is coming through, because it's kind of obscured, even for us. Mount Fremont is right there with the lookout tower. We're heading down into this open area between the 2 forests, and we're going to hang a left, and then we make the straight-on approach to Rainier here. We're kind of angling toward it at this point, so we'll check in down there. We've reached the meadow with the straight-on view of Rainier. Take you with me as I hike along here through Grand Park. Not very clear, but we could see Mount Rainier, and that's the important thing. There's Burroughs over there, Gino.
Yep.
Skyscraper Mountain right in front of us. Burroughs Mountain, Little Tahoma in the background in the haze. Mount Fremont, the lookout tower on top. We could see some things here today. The 3 of us were commenting how this just looks like a golf course to us. And we are the only 3 guys out here, which is even better. Okay, we're going to that far end here, south end of Grand Park, and then we're going to hang a right on the northern loop of the Wonderland Trail and go down to the viewpoint up above the White River. So we'll check in down there. The trail through Grand Park is kind of a ditch, and you got to stay in it. So you got to watch your footing. Gino just took a tumble back there, but he's okay. Taking a survey around Graham Park. No animals. We've seen some sign, but nothing out here other than the birds. And as you can see, it's real hazy. Swing around Mount Rainier. And we're almost to our turn here, right up ahead in the forest. We're going to hang a right and head down to that viewpoint. Check in there. And we've reached the viewpoint, or just about, on the trail here, between the trees. This is the northern loop of the Wonderland Trail. It actually continues on. We're going to stop here at this viewpoint, and here it is. I got a big cliff in front of us. That's the White River. Heading up, and there's Mount Rainier. Skyscraper Mountain. Burrows with kind of just the hump there, and then Mount Fremont and the lookout tower. Way down there is the White River. And can we see it? I thought I saw it coming over. There's a natural bridge. I'll have to go look here in a second. When I get a second, I'm going to go down there. But we're going to take a break here. Hazy, smoky morning. Air's pretty good though. No smoke smell since we got out of the car. So, okay, I'm going to take a break and then I'll film in a bit. Gino was commenting the smoke's really moved in. Mount Fremont, Burrows, Skyscraper, Mount Rainier, and it's really hazing up here, even more than earlier, I think. White River down below us. I don't smell smoke like I did when I got out of the car. Do you guys?
No.
No. So that's good. We're taking a break, and then we're going to head back to the main Grand Park Meadow and head back in. Haven't seen anybody, and it's going to be curious to see where we are on the trail on the way back before we see our first people. Still pretty cool. It's in the 50s. I looked at my pack thermometer, and that's good. It's been keeping the bugs away so far. The other thing I was going to comment on, parts of Graham Park were real frosty this morning. So it obviously got a little cooler than what we experienced when we got here. So, okay. We will check in on the way back. So I wanted to give you some details here as we get ready to enter Graham Park again. We're coming off the Northern Loop Trail. Started up at 6 a.m. Got to that viewpoint at 8:20. And that was with a couple of long stops. We made one at Lake Eleanor and then one right below Graham Park where you start the final ascent. So I think if you pushed it, you could be up here in 2 hours. But temp has warmed a little bit. It's in the 50s. Still a bit of a nip here in the shade, and which I'm enjoying. I told Gino we've been up here enough that when it's hot, it gets hot out here in the Graham Park proper, and it's kind of nice having the cool temps. But that's where we're going. Up the trail there, and around that stand of dug firs, and hang over to the right and proceed through Graham Park. But as you can see out ahead of us, there's nobody coming this way yet. So we will check in along the way. The one thing to remember when you're going out of Graham Park, your back is to Mount Rainier, so you got to turn and look at it. Views are becoming more and more obscured. I was noticing when we were on the Northern Loop Trail that it's getting tough to see the mountains. So we'll check it a few times and see what we see. And we'll film that for you. So, okay, we're going to start the long trek back to the car. We'll check in. These meadows are just incredible up here. One last view of Rainier. We're going to head around these trees here, and we're going to start to be kind of blocked off and on, and much like the view today, kind of blocked with the haze. But it's dry. We could see Mount Rainier. It's cool, keeping the bugs away. No complaints from me. What'd you think of the hike, Chris? You've never been up here.
Magnificent.
Magnificent. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, I am gonna turn around 180 here. We're heading off this way, and it's a little before 9. We haven't seen anybody yet, so we'll see where we see our first person. Onward we go. Well, we're quickly coming to the end of Grand Park. We're in the northeast corner of it, heading out. So we'll take one last look at Rainier. Still kind of obscured, blue sky a little bit forming, but yeah, it's been a hazy day. Smoke's kind of blowing away. Still smoky this way, which we're heading to the northeast here. And we got a double track here, so I'm on the right side heading out. And so we'll check in a couple times along the way down, probably by the lower Meadow and then Lake Eleanor, and give you a hiker count. It's real funny, the breeze has picked up again right here. As we were coming through the main meadow, it stopped, and it warmed up in a hurry. I was telling Gino and Chris, and they were saying the same thing when we were at that lookout. Hadn't even worked up a sweat this morning because it was so cool. And this isn't a very strenuous hike, but just now here in the open meadow, the wind wasn't blowing and it got pretty warm. So, okay, this trail's a bit tricky here. As you can see, this channel, and I got to watch my footing, so time to say goodbye to Grand Park until next year, and we'll have to come up earlier in the year. Whoa, whoa, whoa! See, that's why I got to stop talking and filming. Almost went down, but we'll come up earlier next year, and hopefully have some clearer skies. So we're heading out. We'll check in down the line. A little before 10 o'clock, we've reached the mini meadow. There's a little pond there, and we're heading this way. And then we're going to climb there's a ridge there that we got to climb up to. It'll take us to Lake Eleanor, and then from Lake Eleanor out to the car. The hiker count hasn't even started. We're at 0. We're shocked. Descent from Grand Park, nobody came into here, and we got a long traverse back there. We did, nobody, and then we've reached this mini meadow and nobody. So we are wondering if we're going to see anybody today. It's still a bit hazy. Every once in a while you get a whiff of smoke, but sun's trying to come out, and bit of a breeze blowing, so it's kept the bugs away today. So we'll check in one more time. I think I'm going to check in one more time at Lake Eleanor, because the trail from Eleanor down is pretty overgrown and not much to see. So we'll check in at Lake Eleanor one final time. This is Steve checking in one final time where we started this morning at Lake Eleanor. As you can see, it's kind of clearing off. A little bit of blue sky up above us. A little after 10. We've got another mile to go. Probably going to take us 20 minutes or so, all downhill. Trail's very overgrown on this last mile. It really isn't maintained. But anyway, great hike today. We haven't seen a single person. Really surprising to us. It's, like I said, after 10 o'clock, and no one has been on the trail. So I'm anticipating we might see some on the way down, but I'm not going to give an update. This will be it. But anyway, great hike today. Glad we got up to Grand Park. A little bit different views with the smoke and the haze than we're normally used to seeing, but it was great to get up here again. Try to get up here every year. It's, like I said at the beginning, my favorite hike. So next week, I think we might do a point-to-point from Highway 123 down to Deer Creek Falls, and then head into the back entrance to Oahe Lakes, and head out down to the Sunrise Road. I think it's about 9-10 miles, and speaking of which, I think we did about 9.5 today. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. As always, thanks for hiking with us, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.